Hi, I'm Stephen Walker. Former President Barack Obama says book bans are profoundly misguided in an open letter to the nation's librarians. The former president noted that the banned books are often written by or feature people of colour, indigenous people and members of the LGBTQ+ community. The former President Obama also said that representation, different viewpoints, opinions and ideas only make us stronger. Obama praised librarians who are facing personal attacks for resisting book ban attempts. According to PEN America's Index of School Book Bans, 874 unique book titles were banned in the fall of 2022. California is expanding its state-funded travel ban to more states over recently passed anti-LGBTQ+ legislations. They're adding Missouri, Nebraska and Wyoming to the list of the 26 states where travel is banned. California's travel ban dates back to 2016, when then Governor Jerry Brown signed a law banning travel to North Carolina after that state restricted transgender people's access to bathrooms. A Texas judge is refusing to marry LGBTQ+ couples, citing the Supreme Court's ruling in favour of Christian web designer. Judge Diane Hensley was reprimanded in 2019 for refusing to wed queer couples in Waco, Texas. She claims her rights have been violated under the Texas Religious Freedom Restoration Act. Now her legal team says the Supreme Court's decision also applies to her case. In June, the court ruled that a Colorado web designer could not be forced to serve same-sex couples. However, law experts point out that the Colorado case deals with a private business, while in Texas, a judge is a government official acting in an official capacity. Cedars Sinai Hospital in Los Angeles is under federal probe for their treatment of black mothers. It comes after the death of Kira Dixon Johnson in 2016, following a C-section. The cause of death was internal bleeding. Her mother-in-law, Judge Glenda Hatchett, says it's a situation that isn't unique to Kira.
When they went in, Fred, there were 3.5 liters of blood. She was a size 2 on a good day. I mean, and she was in great health.
Yeah, looking at those pictures, she's vibrant.
And she's beautiful inside and out. Marathon runner. She skydived. She had a pilot's license. I mean, she was a remarkable woman. And never ever did I think that we'd walk into that hospital and never walk out without her. And I considered myself to be knowledgeable, but I did not know 7 years ago that this was not just unique to Kira. I knew that something was wrong. They didn't respond to her. There was a basis for a lawsuit. You know, I'm a mom, I'm a grandmom, but I'm also a lawyer, so I had all of these things kind of coming together. But what I will tell you is that this is outrageous. And the numbers that we're seeing don't paint the full picture, because every hospital is not required to report all of these statistics. I could not be happier now, that's not quite the right word, that the federal government has stepped in. But the real question is why has it taken 7 years?
Well, Kira's baby did survive the procedure. In a statement, Cedars Sinai says they are concerned about the racial disparities in care and are working to address the issue. Heart disease is the leading cause of death in the United States, with the CDC reporting over 695,000 deaths per year, and the American Heart Association has a program to help folks improve and maintain their cardiovascular health. It's called the Essential 8, and it provides 8 ways you can improve your health habits. And the program's author, Dr. Donald Lloyd-Jones, spoke with the Advocate Channel's Aaron Dean about what you need to know.
Can you explain the American Heart Association's Life Essential 8 and how these things measure and contribute to improving, your cardiovascular health?
Sure. So Life's Essential 8 are the 8 steps to cardiovascular health, meaning optimal heart and brain health. And the American Heart Association first defined these as actually 7 things, but just last year we updated it to include an 8th metric. So now the Life's Essential 8 include a healthy diet, participating in physical activity, avoiding nicotine in all its forms, and getting healthy sleep, which means 7 to 9 hours per night for most adults. It also means having a healthy weight, having a healthy blood glucose, that's blood sugar, blood pressure, and blood cholesterol. And if you can optimize all 8 of those things, or even maybe 5 or 6 of those things, you are well on your way to optimal heart and brain health.
And when we look at specific groups, let's say the marginalized groups like the LGBTQ plus community, is there a way that this the essential 8 kind of applies to that group in a special way that it may not apply to others?
Well, one of the things about the Essential 8 is that it really is universal. It applies to everybody. And what I like about it is it gives people a positive message, something to strive for, which is better health, rather than something, that's risky or that you should be worried about. And it gives you actionable items to improve on any of those 8 things. And if you improve just one, you're going to be doing better. But yes, there are special aspects to Life's Essential 8 for a lot of different communities. And I think particularly for the LGBTQ plus community, we worry about some of the social determinants of health and some of the psychosocial stressors that can work through these 8 different metrics to actually maybe make it so that they can't achieve their best heart health.
Okay. And, when we talk about these things, like, are there any, what are those barriers that can contribute to, LGBTQ plus individuals not being able to achieve, you mentioned the social, but what else is there? Is there anything else?
Yeah. So, again, I think the social determinants, where we eat, where we live, where we work, these things, can we access healthcare? Can we access healthcare that's equitable and fair and really treats us as, who we are? Those are important aspects of it. But I think also really importantly are psychosocial stressors. Things like discrimination, living in neighborhoods, where there's segregation. All those kinds of things can add up and, they work through higher blood pressure, maybe poorer eating habits, a number of different ways that manifests that can, again, affect our Life's Essential 8 score and overall help make our cardiovascular health not be as optimal as it could be.
And you're the expert on all of this. What evidence or data supports the importance of reducing the risk of heart disease, stroke? I mean, the list can go on, within marginalized communities.
Yeah, so the American Heart Association has actually published a number of different statements on this, and we've looked at the data. What we can see in the LGBTQ plus community is place matters, whether one is living in an urban or a rural setting, but overall, LGBTQ plus individuals tend to be exposed to more nicotine than is healthy and is generally true for the rest of the population. And that can take a toll, whether it's combustible cigarettes or other forms of nicotine exposure. All of it's unhealthy. And so we do worry about that, particularly in this community. But I think other things that, that we worry about, again, are those ways that psychosocial stressors like segregation, like discrimination, impact our physical health, increasing our blood pressure, again, making our healthy choices not as healthy as they might be as well. So, what we do know is that if you can optimize your Life's Essential 8, you not only live longer, you live healthier longer. So it's a really important thing to focus on.
And, when we look at different resources and things that people can kind of tap into, what is it that you all have that people can, that our viewers can say, what, I have this issue, let me go ahead and look this up?
Yeah, so anybody can go on the web to the American Heart Association. If you Google Life's Essential 8, it'll take you right to a webpage where you can do your own Essential 8 assessment. You can get your Life's Essential 8 score, which will range from 0 to 100. And you'll kind of get a green light, a yellow light, or a red light for each of the 8 metrics. So anything that's a yellow or a red that you feel motivated to work on, you can click right through to really good content about how to improve your diet, how maybe to lose weight, or how to control your blood pressure if that's an issue for you. All that material is really top-notch, evidence-based, science-based material from the American Heart Association. And again, just pick one thing and do it, and that's the best way to move forward and improve your health.
And Don, you said I could call you Don. Is there any other points that you want to add about this topic that our viewers need to know?
Yeah, I think, it's really important for some of these 8 metrics, you need to know your numbers. And that means getting with your doctor, having your blood pressure measured, having your cholesterol measured, having your blood sugar measured, and making a plan for controlling those things. I think we let those things slip by too often because they're silent. You don't know what your blood sugar is or your blood pressure is or your cholesterol is, maybe until it's a little bit too late, right? When you're already having a heart attack or you're in the middle of another problem. So get those things measured today so you and your doctor can make a plan to really optimize those things.
Thanks for watching Advocate Today. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to stream us live, and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. For the Advocate channel, I'm Stephen Walker.